What's going on, YouTube Nation? Deadlift day. Let's jump right into it. Warming up with 135 pounds. One of my goals for this workout were to have some things that tweaked my form and my posture. This week I focused more on dropping my hips at the beginning of each rep. I am fairly tall, and on top of that I have pretty high hips. My hips are higher than most other people. So a lot of focus on dropping the hips, especially when we get to the heavier sets. You don't see it as much here, but when we get to the heavier sets, you'll see that I drop my butt a lot lower than I did now and when I did last week. And now starting to move up in weight into my work sets. Doing this barefoot, again, just like I do with squats now, because that allows me to get a flatter surface and expel more power through each rep. And a lot of you guys have been asking me how much time am I taking in between sets. It's about 2 to 3 minutes, depending on how tired I feel. Maybe I'll go up to 4 minutes, but I'm trying to keep it at the most 4 minutes for a maximum time of rest. Got through the first warm-up sets pretty quick. I was really hyped up for this workout, guys. As you can see, I'm really trying to bust out these reps as fast as I can, but of course with proper form. But definitely trying to exhaust the muscles as much as I can. And this is finally my work set, 315 pounds. Really focusing on starting with my butt low. Reason being is because that makes the workout more of a squat, if you will. Not exactly, but to target the hamstrings, you got to start with your butt somewhat lower, as low as you can get it. I think next week I'm going to try using a wider stance. I recently found I kicked that because I was kind of mad at something, I don't know what. But I recently discovered that having a wider stance, especially for taller people, allows you to start off lower. So next week I'm definitely going to try that, starting with a wider stance, and that will definitely get my butt to go a lot lower, and I can really hit my hamstrings. But I definitely did a number on my hamstrings in a good way, as in I woke up the next day and my hamstrings, my butt, and my lower back were ultra tight. I was in desperate need of a massage, but nobody here to give me a massage, so I had to suck it up. See, I was kind of really amping myself up for these work sets. That mental preparation is key. That's the last thing you should be worried about when you're about to bench, squat, deadlift. Doesn't matter. If you just go up there and with an attitude, with an ego, and thinking that you can lift the weight, you may be able to lift the weight, but you're not going to be able to push out as many reps as you can. As you can see here, I was exhausted, so waited a few seconds and finally got that last rep out. And you can't see it, but I am hyperextending, and I'm not hyperextending and tightening up my lower back. I'm tightening up my upper back. I'm bringing my shoulder blades together to incorporate more of the area in my back. And this is the last set of deadlifts. This was a really good workout day. I was feeling good. I had finally got my pre-workout in the mail, and it was a beautiful day. If you can see outside the window, it was absolutely beautiful. I mean, I wish they had an area for people to lift outside, but they don't. So it was nice to look at it from out here. Here we go, last rep. Come on. There we go. Finally, torture is done. And since we do target our lower back during deadlifts, I decided to do some lat pull downs to work my entire back. Lat pull downs are an excellent exercise. They're the second best exercise for your back. First would be pull-ups, because pull-ups actually test your overall strength. Well, part of your overall strength. The rest would be, push-ups, crunches, and a stamina exercise. Here I'm using some pretty heavy weight for my back. I would have to say my back is my favorite body part to train. And I think it's in terms of stage presentation, I think my back is my best feature, my best asset. 170 pounds, not too bad. Finally 200 pounds. And I'm applying the same rep range and set number of sets as I do to my main lift. So 5 sets, 5 reps per set. And it's very heavy. And as you can see, I am sitting upright, completely upright. A lot of people like to lean back. Now, what I mean by lean back is a lot of people like to kind of throw themselves back as they bring the bar down. There's nothing wrong with leaning back, but you should be in a fixed position for as long as possible. Now, I'm not exactly throwing myself back. I'm just making room for the bar to come down as low as possible. But if you're somebody who wants to target more the middle part of your back, hold about not a 45-degree angle, maybe like a 35 to 40-degree angle between your waist and your back. I mean your legs and your back, and hold that. Don't be going up as the bar goes up and then coming down and leaning back as you pull the bar down. That is one thing that I learned that really kind of sets you back. Have your back fixed, and that'll allow you to isolate your back more than any other muscle. And like I said, pull-ups are an excellent exercise for building mass in the back. So the reason why I did the pull-ups was mainly because I was making sure my back was not tightening up in the wrong places, not necessarily basically so I didn't pull anything, because I did deadlifts and then lat pull down and felt pretty good. So moved on to the next exercise. And finally, last exercise are fixed rope extension. Obviously I'm not using a rope, but this is what I call them, fixed rope. The handle is solid, doesn't move, so that allows me to focus on one area of my triceps, which is basically the back of my triceps, because you can see as I'm coming down I'm flexing, and you can kind of get a glimpse of that horseshoe shaped muscle in my triceps. Moving up in weight. Now I'm not doing as many sets as I did with deadlifts and lat pull down, because I do chest, a part of my routine, bench press, as one of my main lifts on another day. And since bench press is a compound movement and incorporates your triceps in a huge amount, I'm not doing as many sets. But I still am isolating my triceps and working them out. And when I come down, I really give it a good squeeze. Really tighten up the triceps. One thing I want to work on is not moving my torso as much, but it's not that bad. I still hit my triceps pretty well. And this is the last set. Here's where I really focused on form, try not to move my torso at all, and really hit deep in my triceps. This was a really good set to end my workout on. You can see me looking in the mirror, admiring myself. And that concludes deadlifts for week 3. I can't believe it's already been 3 weeks. Here is the summary of the workout, guys. Write this down. This is what I do. This isn't what you have to do, but try it if you'd like. Make sure you guys subscribe to ajFitness and follow me on Twitter.